Temecula Valley, always getting forgotten. Such a complex. Why is nobody talking about us? I agree. Let's focus on it. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Wine Library TV. I am your host, Gary Vaynerchuk, and this, my friends, is The Thunder Show, aka the internet's most passionate wine program. And today we are focusing on 3 wines from Temecula Valley, which was renamed in 2004, originally called Temecula AVA in 1984, the only AVA that has been renamed after it was established in California, 500 miles south of San Francisco. Low rainfall, cool nights, a very different place, but a very interesting place, very tourist-driven, 1,400 to 1,600 miles, 1,400 to 1,600 feet above sea level, and producing some very interesting wines. I'm very excited about trying all 3 of these wines. We'll see what happens with these wines, and I think it's a pretty cool show, Mott. I think it's a very fascinating area. It's 33,000 acres, 1,300 of which are planted, Mott, with commercial vineyards, and I think it's an area a lot of people have been talking about. There's a lot of tourism in this area. A lot of the wines that are sold there. They've done a terrible job globally for the Temecula brand, in my opinion, in branding. Unlike Lodi, that will show up at the Boston Wine Expo and have a whole aisle. You don't see much organization from Temecula. I don't know who's running the commission over there, but hey! Get your act together. The wines have been interesting and inspiring in the past. I think they're starting to come into their own. I'm excited about trying these 3 wines, and I just think in general there needs to be a more serious national play thought process from a lot of these wineries, many of these which you've never heard of. Very intriguing, kind of perplexing, thought-provoking, curious thing going on in Temecula, a place that absolutely disrespected in my opinion, but because of their own fault in marketing. So let's see what the wines bring to the table, Mr. Mott. What we have here is Keyways. Sauvignon Blanc from Temecula, 2007 vintage, suggested retail, $20 US. And nice little website here, keywayswine.com. Produced and bottled by Keyways. Sauvignon Blanc, 20 bones, California. I'm skeptical. Let's give it a little bit of a rinse. That's a good rinse, Mott. This is a Friday show, Mott, as I'm stuck in the city tomorrow. Anyway, excited about Friday. Let's give my official Jets prediction right now. 27-17, your and my New York Jets are going to finally defeat the dirty, dirty Rams, who I hate, especially because one of my best friends from high school, Garrett Van Fleet. How funny is that? How close our names are that way? Huge Rams fan. Sniffy sniff. Very good brightness, actually, you know, very reminiscent of a lot of California Sauvignon Blancs right off the bat. I get a beautiful little pineapple-apple combo, which I'm enjoying. Pineapples plus apple, not just pine and apple. Little herbaceousness coming through in the nose, which I like quite a bit. And a little lemon peel. Very solid nose. Let's give it a whirl. Good acid. Nice fruit. Nice Sauvignon Blanc. Good bottle of Sauvignon Blanc right off the bat. Drink for 1 to 2 years. Very fresh, very vibrant. This is how you want to drink it. I get honey. I get a honey component on the back end. There's a little more creaminess and thickness than most Sauvignon Blancs. It's kind of nice that way. But it also tastes a lot like the $8 to $14 Sauvignon Blancs from California that I've come across. You know, Simi, Sterling, solid. Not crazy. It's a nice bottle of Sauvignon Blanc. It's not junk, which I think a lot of California Sauvignon Blanc is. I'm going to say it again. Outside of a couple of you, I just don't see the reason for planting Sauvignon Blanc in California. I'm just not a fan of it. I'm just not. That's my palate. Don't listen to me anyway. You should trust your own palate always. You know, this is an 87-point Sauvignon Blanc. At 20 bones, that's a pass to me. It's good stuff, though. And I've got to admit, a little bit better than I even thought it was going to be. God, 20 bones, Temecula Sauvignon Blanc. My prejudice of wine world is running through my whole body. Good for Keyways to bring serious effort and quality to this wine. This is far from bad. It's actually one of my better rated Sauvignon Blancs probably from California. And it does outperform many $8 to $15 Sauvignon Blancs from California, and this is suggested retail $20. I bet if it got into a store like Wine Library or Walmart or Costco, it would probably be a $15, $16 wine, so I've got to keep that in mind, whereas a lot of times when these wines are not at Wine Library, I'm giving suggested retail, and that hurts them because, you know, we're discounted with our suggested retail prices here. So, interesting. They say share the romance. I agree. Drink a whole bottle of this, and the romance can really start. Let's move on. Hart Winery. God, both these by the way, I don't know what's going on with the graphic designers in Temecula, but they've got to work on that too. Hart Winery, 2005 Meritage, 45% Cabernet, 33% Merlot, 22% Cabernet Franc from Temecula, $36 US, Mott. So that needs to be paid attention. Vinehart.com is their website. I don't like that. But it's a, since 1980, the Hart family has been producing handcrafted, award-winning wines selected from the vineyards of Temecula Valley and the south coast of California. This is on the southeast coast of California. That is where the Temecula Valley is. That's it. They've got a little website. I want to give them a good plug. Good bottle. They're using a nice bottle. Again, 36 bones is a nice, hefty price point to ask for. But again, let's see what's going on here. I gotta admit, the Keyways brought a little more thunder than I thought it would. Let's see if the Hart can bring some serious thunder. I've always been a big Bret Hart fan. The excellence of execution, Mott. Let's give this a sniffy sniff. Nice wine. I get a little minty thing component going right off the bat. I kind of like that. Good little, you know, like Twizzlers, like raspberry Twizzlers. Remember Twizzlers that are like string, like spaghetti string and wrapped into like a, I don't know what that was. It was delicious. Get a little of that. Get a little choco cocoa kind of thing going on. I also get a little bit of a, ironically enough, I get almost like a bone marrow component coming through. I don't know if you're like me, Mott. When you eat the chicken wings, you bite the bone, you snap it off, and you get into the bone marrow. I get a little bit of that on the nose, which I think is quite fascinating. Let's give it a whirl. Good fruit. Nice mid-palate. Very basic, entry-level, Meritage kind of flavors. I like the polish of the wine. It's got a nice finish. Let me give it one more shot. Solid structure. Why am I not wearing wristbands? Come on, help me. Solid structure. Reminds me of a really interesting cigar, chocolate-covered cigar, black raspberry chocolate-covered cigar flavor profile. Like those hands. Really nice balance on the back end. Doing everything right. Reminds me of a good 1999 Estancia Meritage wine, which was like 18 bucks. That's where I'd feel more comfortable with this wine, 18 to 25. But it's well made. Good job by Hart. Not too hot. Good balance, 13.8. That's a perfect alcohol content. Good job by them on that. Again, they can go a point or two, you know, point here and there, but well made. Superly solid. Good structure. I'm going to go 89 points on this. It's missing any kind of oomph or excitement to me. It's also probably $5 to $8 overpriced for me. But other than that, I'm going to check out Vinehart.com, see what they've got going on. It's a solid little effort. Not awful. Not inspiring, but very solid. Very solid. Let's move on. Thornton, 2005 Temecula Syrah, 15.1 alcohol content. It's a big boy. Only 271 cases produced. 59 US dollars. That is one big price tag from Thornton. They have a phone number, 951-699-0099, which I like. Them putting the phone number on there. No website. Let's see what's going on there. But look at this. I kind of had a gut feeling. ThorntonWine.com. And I agree with that. Unlike Hart Winery having Vinehart.com. Not happy about that. And also, it looks like the Thorntons were able to find a decent graphics designer. So I'm excited about that. Let's see what's going on here. Sniffy sniff. Spell this. Just bombastic, high C, fruit bomb city. Let me throw as much sugar bomb fruit in your nose, let your nose explode, and I won't even apologize. That's what's coming across in the Thornton. Do you smell that fruit? I mean, candy. Pure syruped candy. Like you went trick-or-treating and you kept the bag until the summer, you forgot about it, and you left it on the porch, and you live in Phoenix, Arizona. I mean, just melted candy coming through on the nose on this wine. Boy, is that over-the-top fruit. Jeez. Let's give it a whirl. I'm worried. The release of our 2005 Syrah is truly exceptional. Soils and climate that parallel that of the famed Rhone Valley of France inspired the planting of this soon-to-be famous vineyard block at our state winery in Temecula Valley. That is awfully ambitious because I've never had any Rhone wine that is this extracted, this much cherry juice. I mean, I feel like I'm drinking cherry juice. Now, it's very fruity, it's very delicious. I can even see some people really kind of liking this style. Mont, I'll be honest with you, I think you might. This is borderline dessert wine. It reminds me of some late harvest Grenache from the Banyule even. I mean, this is a style that can be very popular with the ladies, with the crowds, really. Mott, it's deliciousness, right? You like it?
Yeah, I'm not a big Syrah fan, though.
No? But this is like candy. This is not Syrah. You don't need to be a Syrah. This is very big, very fascinating. I do get a second-tier lavender flavor on the back end, which I think is fascinating, and I give kudos to that. I like that. But there's way too much sense of fruit and not enough sense of land. I really don't get any second-tier flavors outside the bombastic cherry juice that comes through on the mid-palate. That being said, there is a boatload, I mean like Noah's Ark amount of wineries in California, from Napa and Sonoma and all those places, Santa Rita Hills, making sugar-fied Syrah like this and getting big 92 and 93 point scores from the big press and selling all day long. So, just not working for my palate. A far majority of people out there obviously tend to like them because those wines do sell. To me, this is overpriced for what it is. This is an 85, 86 point wine, unlike, to me, the last wine. Let's go 85, Mott. I know you wanted it. I saw you got excited. I apologize, Thornton. I'll give you an 86, but Mott was giddy to get an 85 on the screen. I'm going to give it an 86. Unlike the wine we just had from Lookout Ridge, you know, the Andy Erickson wine that was so big, there was so many second and third tier flavors, and there was a composure. It's kind of like a very boombacious, bombastic, you know, lady wearing something that's just too skimpy for her, and she's popping out in different places, or you know, a plumber, maybe Joe the plumber, you know, who's maybe ass crack is sticking out, a little bit of a gut. The clothes don't fit. You know, the structure of this wine do not fit this outrageous over-the-top fruit in this wine. It gets off balance, and what could have been decent became, you know, sometimes you see from decent, That's kind of what happened with this wine, in my opinion. For my palate, again, a far majority out there love this style. And if you know you love that style, if you love that big, big, big Syrah fruit, you know, this might be a splurge. Still at $59, I think there's $30 alternatives. 86 point wine, solid, but definitely not worth your price point in my opinion. My humble opinion. Big shout out to Leroy Gilliard, who was Wine Country Talk Radio. He's a big fan of Temecula. I think the wine showed pretty well. I was pretty happy with the Hart. The Keyways also was probably one of the better Sauvignon Blancs I've tasted from California in a while. It was very solid enough. Question of the day. I gave you a football prediction for this weekend. Now you give me one. And also tell me what your thoughts are on Temecula. Two-parter, do it. Because I know that you guys love to bring the thunder. You, with a little bit of me, we are changing the wine world.